welcome in today's video. I want to share with you how I was able to live in the end and manifest everything. So here's the secret why manifestations are not unfolding the way you want. Because if you are trying to manifest the new thing, new preferred reality, new timeline, if you will, and you are trying to assume that reality and you are trying to live in the end, it's a problem. Every time we are trying to live in the end, in other words, to assume the new reality, we are actually experiencing the gap between where you are and where you want to be. The gap is responsible for delay of that manifestation. Why? Because we cannot manifest a reality that is not vibrational match to it. And every time you are trying to feel into it, trying to assume that reality, you are basically not vibrational match. And therefore, the only way to match that reality is to live in the end. Like Neville Goddard says, assume the new reality, your new preferred reality, and live from the end. In other words, live like it's already here. When I started to applying these concepts into my life, first, obviously, it felt like, but how? How can I assume something that it's not there yet? I remember when I was at Dr. Joe Dispenza event and he was in his meditations saying, feel it, feel it, feel it, visualize it, feel it. Like, I was not feeling anything. And I was not feeling anything because I just had too much of the gap. I was experiencing too much of the gap between where I was and where I wanted to be. I was so identified with that current reality that I was not able to let it go. And the reason is because I believed only what I was perceiving with my senses. I thought the reality, my 3D reality, is real, and that invisible reality in fifth dimension is not real. But we need to flip it, and we flip it by understanding how reality creation works, and that is that we create based on energy and frequency first. And then once you change the information in the field, this information is then projected into your 3D reality that you are experiencing. When you assume the feeling like it's already here, it is when you think it's normal. This is important part. This is important part because when you assume like it's normal to live wealthy life, when you assume like it's normal to be in loving relationship, when you assume it, that's when you become aware of it. That's when you become aware of the new reality, and that's when it's a no big deal anymore. And the moment it's no big deal anymore, you merge with the new reality, and therefore you don't seek it anymore. That being said, you no longer put it on pedestal. You no longer go out and look for it. I can give you an example from my personal life. The moment I understood this, the moment I merged with that reality that I am one with my new reality, and that new reality represented me in happy, conscious, loving relationship, I stopped searching for the one. That is the moment that I manifested my husband. How come after 8 years of being single, suddenly I manifested my husband in 90 days? Because I finally let go of that resistance. I finally assumed that new reality right now in this moment, and I let it go. Meaning I was living in the end, meaning I was in happy relationship. That is exactly what I'm actually teaching in my new masterclass, the one you can find the link in description. Next, when I was manifesting wealth, abundance, even this house, when I was manifesting this beach house, I assumed the reality of living in this beach house, meaning it became normal, meaning I was no longer putting this house on pedestal, like it's something not achievable, like I am not the one who can live this kind of lifestyle. I let it go. I cleared the doubt. I cleared limiting beliefs, and I assumed a new reality, and I was living in the end in my mind, in my mind as I was visualizing and as I was feeling into this new reality. It became normal. It just was no big deal. Then guess what happened? We manifested a house. We're now living in that house. Same goes with work. I remember when I manifested 6-figure client. Let's say the year before I made 6 figures. The next year, first month, January, 6-figure client. Jump, quantum jump, crazy. Why? Because it became normal. You can only manifest what is normal. Therefore, the resistance, removing the resistance is the key. Someone asked me in the comment section, what if I still feel doubt and feel like it's not possible? Well, that shows me that you have level of resistance there. However, the question is, what is the level of resistance? I'm not saying that you will only feel positive emotions. It's not like I was constantly just elevated and feeling happy and I'm in this relationship. Of course, I had moments when I was questioning, is it happening? But the thing is, what are your dominant feelings? What is the dominant feeling and what are the dominant thoughts? What is the thought process, the core beliefs that you have right now? Because these core beliefs are connected with the dominant feeling. If the dominant feeling is light, it's possible, I'm getting there, it's here. In other words, you are in playful state. Then guess what? You will manifest it, even though sometimes you might question it. Right? So focus on removing the resistance, but the fastest way to remove this resistance is really when you start playing with these concepts. Like, don't take life so seriously. Have fun. Play with these concepts. Play with this energy. Because at the end of the day, one of the reasons we are here is really to learn how to manipulate this energy and how you can become that creator. And if you want to dig deeper, I do have resources in description below. And of course, sending you lots of love and stay tuned for my next video.